We are starting in 1, 2, 3. Hello everybody. Welcome to my hometown of Conopulous. I hope you enjoy your visit. Today, of course, we will once again be playing on the magnificently beautiful gaming console entitled the Xbox 720. Oh, excuse me, Xbox One. You know, it's the third. It's the third console in the Xbox franchise, if you will. Why is it called the Xbox One? That's an easy question, and it's an easy answer. It's the all-in-one entertainment system, you know? Connects all your entertainment into one box. One massively big black box. Big black box. Try saying that 3 times fast. Bet you can't. Anyways. Now, this video game console that received such positive attention from everybody on the internet launched in November. It did not have much games, believe it or not, for a gaming console. That was $500. I personally played Rise and I played Battlefield, and those are my 2 games for the Xbox One. Rise was really pretty, but that's all it was. You know, it's like a pretty blonde girl. You can look at her, but you just feel bad when she tries to act smart. As far as Battlefield goes, I still play Battlefield. I mean, at launch it was really buggy and broken, and you know, EA is such a great company, such great people, so they made sure to get on that right away and fix their servers. And now we have Titanfall by the same publisher and by the guys who made some of the old Call of Duty games, some of the classics, as entitled Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. You know, the only good game in that line of Call of Duties. Unless you think Modern Warfare 2 is a good game, which some people do. And you know, this may, some people think that this is the Call of Duty killer. Is it worth $60? Is the game good? These are some of the questions that need to be answered since the hype train has officially died. You know, the game's been out for 2 months. Not too many people are hyping about it anymore. People are playing it, but people aren't talking about it that much anymore. So I think that's where I come in. My excessive internet fame I deserve to be able to say my opinion, because everybody on the internet deserves to have an opinion, and nobody cares about it. However, I am sharing with you mine. Titanfall is a $60 game, okay? And what do you expect when you get a $60 game? You expect a game that's worth $60, of course. And what is worth $60? I'm tripping over my words here. And what is worth $60? I will repeat it again because I can. You know, when I get a $60 game, I'm expecting to have more than just a couple game modes, especially if it's an only multiplayer game. At least if you get a Call of Duty game for $60, you get a campaign that is not garbage, and they sometimes they put a little bit of effort into it. Can't say the same about Call of Duty Ghost though. But I mean, at least you look at like Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 actually did, like, you know, as far as the campaign goes, they added some interesting things. They added choices, you know, very minimal choices, but they were there, and there was multiple different endings. And I think that Treyarch is the only developer that has actually, you know, put enough effort into their games to make them at least slightly new every year. But we're on the heels of a new developer shot at the Call of Duty franchise, which is of course Sledgehammer Games, and their game is entitled Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, because nobody is sick of future first-person shooters. Nobody. We just keep asking for more, and they keep providing. So you know, they're making another futuristic Call of Duty game, and am I willing to give it a chance? I might, you know. I'll probably wait for the reviews to come in and see what people are saying about the game, because usually Call of Duty is shit on by the community when it first comes out every single year. And you know, IGN usually gives it like a 7.5 or an 8. I don't know why. what they do. But if people who usually poop on the game say that it's different and it's good, I'll probably give it a chance, you know. They released a trailer for it. It looked better than most Call of Duty games as far as visuals are concerned, but visuals don't mean much. I mean, Titanfall doesn't look that great, and everybody really overlooked that. I mean, I feel like nowadays visuals are more of like icing on the cake, and I think gameplay is the whole experience, which is definitely a really good thing. I mean, same with Rise, like I said earlier. Rise is a very pretty game. It's not really a fun game, and I would not recommend it. Just watch a couple cinematics on YouTube, and you'll understand the experience. So, at the end of the day, we got Titanfall. You got the $60 game, only multiplayer. You got 5 game modes. I honestly don't think that I've justified my purchase for this game. $60 is a lot of money, especially for me, and I really honestly don't think that it was worth it at the current moment. For what is there, it's a really well done game, to the point where they work too much on it as to not focus on additional content. And I'm not talking about DLC that cost money, because I definitely will not be buying any DLC that costs money, because I just don't think it's worth it. The campaign, I did air quotes, but you of course cannot see that because you're blind, is not a campaign. You know, that's just something that needs to be addressed. It's basically just a string of multiplayer matches with some people in the corner of your screen trying to tell you words that really don't mean much. You know, it's like the developers crammed a couple of subplots up into their buttholes, and then they waited a year and they just clenched up their butthole until they formed just a diamond of just crappy subplots, and that was the campaign. You know, it's like you go to a really fancy restaurant, fanciest you can get, and you spend millions of dollars, because that's real world right there. Spend millions of dollars on the best food they have, and you're expecting the best, and you get this really small piece of chicken, really small, and that chicken is literally the best chicken you've ever had in your life. You would die for some more of that chicken, but you can't have it, you know. Chickens aren't endless. Chickens die. That's how I feel about Titanfall. And that may or may not be the worst analogy ever used in history. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed your stay in Conopulous, and hope you come back.